Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's live reaction or read through for Omniscient Reader or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint, chapter 293. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a gap. I wasn't expecting it. Sorry for if any of you were watching other videos on the channel, the lack of videos. There was probably only like 3 or 4 in the past week, but I had been pretty sick with a sore throat, so I kind of tried to stay away from recording a little bit, and I was also busy in life outside of YouTube on top of being sick. So hopefully things will be back to normal this week, but I sat down to record last week when the new chapter was supposed to come out. I sat down to record, no new chapter. So I was like, okay, well, I knew it was on break in Korean, didn't know the translation would also take a break. So wasn't expecting a week off last week, but here we are. I'm so excited because we get to go into this new game. It sounded really exciting, really fun, and that had me really, really hyped up. And especially, I was getting so hyped up, and then we go and have a break week, just cutting me off there. But on top of that, when it comes to the read through that I've been doing, I just made it to chapter 205 earlier today, so less than 90 chapters until I'm caught back up rereading. But either way, with that all aside, I guess let's just read this week's chapter. We have Constellation, Demonic King of Salvation, looks toward the other constellations. Constellation, it's so weird reading normally too, because like I said, I've been rereading and taking notes. It's so weird. I've been so used to looking at Omniscient Reader and like looking at a panel, maybe taking some notes, like going back and forth, seeing who all is talking and everything, and then to go and start reading normally, just, oh, I'm just reading it aloud to a camera. It's like so different than the way I've been marathoning. Constellation, Queen of the Darkest Spring, wears an unreadable smile. Right, because we still need to find out who the teammate's going to be. Constellation, Bald Army General, busies himself polishing his head. Constellation, Mass Producer, suddenly, maybe? Starts complaining about back pain. Cannot speak. Multiple constellations avert their gaze to avoid meeting your eyes. And then we see the stuff repeated in the corner. Beep it. Damn it. Then main scenario, we got this last time. Just glancing back over it. Okay. Hi Young, did you reach out to the constellations I mentioned? What did the god of naval warfare say? He said he'd think it over. He must feel uneasy about getting on bad terms with the other nebulae. I understand his concerns about plausibility, but I've already set the stage for him. Okay, I just read, because I said I just got to 205, I just finished the sort of Dokja versus the Outer World God stuff. At least the like physical outside of the inner realm kind of stuff. I just finished that, and I've got to say I liked all the stuff with Dokja and the Korea's Next Top Model, the Korea's Top Swordsman, Goryo's Top Swordsman. I liked all of that stuff so much more rereading it. I liked that arc so much more. I liked it a lot. Like, I think in my videos you could probably tell I liked it a lot there, but I probably was more critical or more on it my first time reading, and I think it also might have to do with the fact that I was probably just, you know, reading a couple chapters a week and stuff instead of marathoning through it like I was this time. But I felt like I enjoyed that part of the story more on my reread. I felt like I liked the Top Swordsman. I liked that fight. I don't remember what it was like in my original reactions. I can't imagine I wouldn't have liked it, but I just felt like I enjoyed it more than I remembered enjoying it rereading it earlier. I understand his concerns about plausibility, but I've already set the stage for him. Constellation Bald Army General puts down the towel he was using to polish his head. What about Goryo's Top Swordsman? No response at all. Constellation Bald Army General sets his jaw and tightly ties the towel around his forehead. Are we going to get Bald Army General? If it comes to this, I'll have no choice but to take the second best option. Constellation, Bald Army General looks at you and nods. We're either setting up to get Bald Army General, which I'd be here for, or we're setting it up. He's polishing his head. He's tying the cloth around his head. He nods at you, and then Dokja just picks somebody else. Asmodeus, you said you'd help me, didn't you? Yeah. Demon King, Demon God of Wrath and Lust looks at you. This would be crazy, using a Demon King in the Demon King selection as a teammate. Demon King, the faces for Be Young have looked kind of odd the past few chapters. I wonder if they have a different person on the team working on it. Be Young has just looked kind of weird and different lately. Demon King, Demon God of Wrath and Lust, says he'll intervene starting from the third battle. That also reminds me, I just put in Discord earlier while I was rereading. I was like, chapter 205 must have been whenever they hired whoever really likes the mouthless panels in ORV. Because remember, I was talking about it a lot during the Demon World stuff, where we were just getting a bunch of mouthless panels. And that's not to say we never had panels where the character's mouth wasn't drawn in the past, but we were just getting a lot. There were a lot of panels where the characters just didn't have mouths, and I was like, somebody on the team must really like this. I think chapter 205, there were at least 2, if not more, panels where the characters were drawn but without mouths, and I was like, whoever likes the mouthless panels, I guess chapter 205 is when they joined the team, or got put in that position, or whatever. Demon King, Demon God of Wrath and Lust, says he'll intervene starting from the third battle. Demon King, Demon God of Wrath and Lust, wishes to test whether you're worthy of his help. That damn Demon King. Is he seriously, or the beep Demon King, is he seriously testing the waters now? At least none of the other teams seem to have Demon King help, or Demon Kings as helpers yet. Okay, so I guess that's a normal thing since he's saying yet. We have Melodon Complex as assigned General of something Venara as its helper. The one who poked out his eyes? Birkin Complex has the Last Pharaoh and Founder of... Is that Founder of Mankind? So they're getting like actual important constellations like Manu, and was Last Pharaoh wasn't Cleopatra, right? Or was it Cleopatra? Uriel. Nebula Eden shows hesitation toward your proposal. Demon Kings of the Demon Realm turn their attention to Eden's next move. That's the thing, though. Crap, I forgot I was in the Demon Realm. Though, if Uriel helped him, it would be like, oh crap, Eden could get, like, some influence into what the demons are doing. So it kind of feels like Eden should maybe want that a little bit. Great Sage. Constellation, Prisoner of the Golden Headband, picks his nose while looking at you. Constellation, Prisoner of the Golden Headband, clicks his tongue dismissively at the other complexes constellations. You've got to be kidding me. Constellation, Abyssal Black Flame Dragon, snickers while keeping his eyes on you. How about the Abyssal Black Flame Dragon? No. Why? He's nicer than you'd think. Still no. I mean, I think he might only be that way toward you, Hyung, for certain reasons. Well, looks like that leaves me with only one choice. Yeah, who is it? Constellation Bald Army General grips his spear as if he's been waiting for this moment. Hyung? Send a message to the Secretive Plotter. Are we going to see more of Secretive Plotter? That would be extremely unexpected to me. I wouldn't expect this, like, Secretive Plotter to me feels kind of like endgame reveal kind of stuff. Then we have Secretive Plotter. Some constellations are taken aback by your choice. I feel so bad for Bald Army General, man. A very small number of constellations feel fear at your choice. Several constellations urge you to reconsider. Dokja, are you sure that's the right modifier? Why? Take a look at this. The modifier you just searched does not exist in the star stream. I'm guessing and filling in the blanks. Are you sure you entered it correctly? Of course I did. You think I'm dumb? Secretive Plotter doesn't exist. Constellation Prisoner of the Golden Headband looks intrigued. Constellation Abyssal Black Flame Dragon grows curious. Constellation Master of Skywalking, that's a new one, right? Activates the network. Many constellations start asking around about the Secretive Plotter. Also, rereading and taking notes especially helps me to keep track of the characters and constellation names a lot better now. Like, I have a way better grasp, I think, now on character and constellation names. 1 minute remaining. What do I do now? Constellation Bald Army General roars as he rises from his seat. 40 seconds remaining. 25 seconds remaining. Great monk Samyang, I have no other choice. I need your help. Let's go. Constellation Bald Army General has obtained plausibility and summons his incarnation. He shows up. He's huge. Long time no see, Dokja. And he looks cool. You have acquired the helper, Bald Army General. You've successfully recruited all helpers. Then, the greatest skill, Part 3. All participants have finished recruiting their helpers. He looks cool. I like him. Game Mythic Battlefield manifests in the Demon Realm. Okay, are we gonna get the, it's basically a MOBA, right? The MOBA stage? Like, that's basically what the game setup is, isn't it? You've entered the grand battlefield Armageddon. Okay, so they're actually calling it Armageddon here. Constellation, Guardian of Youth and Travel, frowns at the all-too-familiar battlefield. I think we've seen that one before, though the translation of the name might have been slightly different. The game will begin in 3 minutes. Demon King, Demon God of Wrath and Lust, shows hostility toward Constellation, Guardian of Youth and Travel. And we're seeing... Okay, so the one who poked out his eyes was Oedipus. I was thinking about that too. So it looks like we've got Oedipus and Manu there, and then Cleopatra, and I don't remember who the other one that got summoned was. Many constellations and demon kings display mutual hostility toward one another. And I mean, the main enemy nebulae that he was dealing with were Vedas, Papyrus, and Olympus, right? So that would be representatives of those three. Many constellations and demon kings display mutual hostility toward one another. This is unsettling. Look at the team. Who would have thought? Okay, so we have these 6, and then Jungkook will eventually jump in, I guess. Everyone, stay focused. Let's confirm your roles. Okay, now we get to see who's playing what. We have Samyang as the tank. And I love her so much. Skybreaking Master is, whenever I do another character ranking, Skybreaking Master is legitimately one of my favorite characters. Melee DPS. I just, for people who aren't caught up, or people who don't read ORV, I just want to show this panel. Melee DPS, it's so good. Range DPS, we have Hayoung and, oh, I'm forgetting the new dog's name already, the Zodiac dog. I'm sorry, I forget their name already. It's been 2 weeks. Then, it's gonna hurt, I'm gonna die, it's gonna hurt, I'm gonna die. Over and over again, I don't want to do this. Supports Myungo. All around her is, of course, going to be Jungkook. That makes sense. Then we see the map, Mythic Battlefield. And it seems like there's only... Okay, well, there's 4 points. There were originally going to be 4 teams, right? We have a spiral staircase up and down at the 2 sides. Yu Jungkook, Dokja Kim Industrial Complex. Where's Jungkook? He probably landed somewhere else. Participant Yu Jungkook has responded to the summons. I got the notification that he accepted the proposal, so he should be here somewhere. Alright, so he's just separated from the rest of the team then. Okay, and also the melee DPS, Dokja was in that panel too because it's Skybreaking Master and Dokja. Okay, I was just thinking what was Dokja's role, but then I was like, okay, he was in that panel, it's that. So basically, so this is basically like a MOBA game, exactly. I've played those before. Very, very, very popular in Korea, so it kind of makes sense that the authors would go with this setup. But again, that's something that I've praised before with Omniscient Reader. All of the little ways that it's shaped by Korean culture and stuff is fun. You win by taking out the enemy base, right? Yeah, that's right. But there's one key difference. What we have to protect isn't our base. It's the crest. And we see Myungo with the crest. The gatekeeper of hell, the messenger of heaven. What the heck is this? That thing right there. You hold on to it for now. It's very important, so make sure you keep it safe. Shaking and trembling. I really like Myungo too. If it's that important, wouldn't it be better if you held on to it? That's exactly why I'm giving it to you. They'll be expecting the crest to be with the key players. So we should go against their expectations. I can't do this. I've never even played a game like this before. Anyway, there are 2 ways to win this game. I mean, you've never played a game like this, but wasn't he a higher level person at... Weren't they a game company? Minusoft or Minosoft or whatever they were? I thought that that's what they... I mean, at the very least, a software company, but I thought they were a game company. Specifically, it was mentioned, I thought. And if so, he's just like a real-life higher-up at a game company, never actually playing games. Anyway, there are 2 ways to win this game. One is to seize the crests of the opposing teams, and then the other is to kill every participant on those teams. The first one sounds easier. I mean, technically, yes. This panel is so good. This chapter is great. I've got a lot of praise. I'll wait till the end since it looks like we might be close to the end. Great. I've got this, says Hyung. I love Hyung, all hyped up. I like the enthusiasm, but this isn't a solo game. We need a strategy. Woof, woof, sniff. And then we have the dog's reactions, live dog reactions. I forgot that 2 of us are dogs. Dang it. Then the only one I can rely on here is Great Monk Samyang. Your words are too difficult for me to follow. Born in 1544. Even less MOBA experience than Myungo. This MOBA game, what exactly is that? Anyway, you're just saying we need to kill all those barbarians, right? The art in this is so good. Several constellations from the Korean peninsula feel frustrated with the bald army general. Constellations fond of Earth's culture point out that MOBA is short for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. Well, yeah, kind of. If that is the case, then I shall take the lead. Let's go. And we have the tank rushing in, followed by Hyung DPS. I love that they're so excited for this. And then we get the recap. This is so fun. And I love the dog just jubilant in the background. Hold on, since I forgot the name, let's go back a chapter to when he got named. Hold on, we're going to scroll a little bit here. So keep up, everybody. Because I forget what he named the new dog. It was something simple, but I'm still forgetting it. Okay. Osu? Is it Osu? I should have remembered that. Then, so cute. Okay, Doctor, are you okay? What's with the dog? And then Osu. Okay, we will leave on Osu as a repentance for forgetting his name as I talk. This was so good. This was such a good chapter. This was so fun. I love this setup so much. I thought the art here was great, and the character interactions are so fun. Again, this is something that I'm getting as I reread. One of my biggest complaints or my biggest criticisms in the early dozens and dozens of chapters when reading week to week was this is the Dokja show. Dokja isn't just the main character for ORV for us, not the TWSA main character, Junghyuk. He's not just the main character, he is the focus. Pretty much all our attention is on Dokja, and the side characters get little to no attention. So for me, having just reread over 200 chapters, I will say that while I appreciate the nuances of the characters more, I've gotten to spend more time with the characters now that I've been rereading. I get to understand and remember some of these deeper aspects more again. And while I will say that, I will also say within 200 chapters, with all the screen time that these characters get, because they're just kind of hanging around a lot of the time, with all the time that they're on screen, that they're here, that they're with Dokja during the scenario, there is little to no Gil-young development. Like, Yusung actually gets so much more than I remembered. Like, not just 41st round Yusung and BU and all, but the present round Yusung gets a bunch of stuff that I'm like, wow, I'm glad I reread. I really appreciate all this stuff that her character's gone through. And I think that there are characters that are great, like Junghyuk and Soo-young, and a lot of attention gets given to Sang-ah And I appreciate her character more after rereading, but not that much. And I really, really like Huiwon personally, and I think she gets some of the more development, but for 200 chapters, it's really not that much. And Huiwon kind of gets left out of the arcs more often than some of the others. Jihye also gets left out more often than some of the others, but Jihye kind of makes up for it a bit. When Jihye is around, Jihye is really funny. But Hyunsung, again, I respect his character and his development more now, but at the same time, for 200 chapters, like, some of those characters, I'm just like, did they entertain me that much? Were they that exciting? Did I really feel this emotional connection to them, or from them to Dokja? Did I think they were that developed? Like, for the amount of time we spent with them, for most of them, not really. And I'm not saying that they're underdeveloped, because I think that they're good enough, but really most of the original core crew is just sufficient. They're just developed enough to not say that they're undeveloped, except maybe Gil Young. Like, going back through, Gil Young really does not get a lot when it comes to development compared to a lot of the others. And Gil Young is kind of around for what's going on, maybe more often. Like, he's left out of the scenarios some of the least, I think, when it comes to getting left out of scenarios and left out of what we're following, at least. But still, I feel like we just, when it comes to like actual character stuff, we don't see a ton. And I like what we do see, but it's just not a lot. Whereas it's one of those things where it's like, I've barely known insert thing, and I would kill everyone and then myself if anything happened to them. Whereas I really, really like Mark and Eileen. But again, now in hindsight, now that we've kind of moved away from Mark and Eileen a bit, they're also characters like the original grouping of characters where we spent a lot less time with them, but I still enjoyed them. I appreciated them. I liked what development we did get, but I am left once again being like, I kind of wish we got a little bit more. I kind of wish we got some more development for like Mark and Eileen. But though they haven't been around as long, and technically Myung-go was around and then not around and is back around again, I love Ha-young. I love Myung-go. I think they're great. I really enjoy them. And then adding in Osu, adding in the Skybreaking Master, I just love them so much. Jung-hyuk has continued to be good. His relationship with Dokja continues to be amazing. I just wish Soo-young was here, because the three of them, I feel like, not Jung-hyuk and Soo-young as much, but when it comes to Dokja's most entertaining interactions, he spent so much time with just him and Soo-young, like going back through the series. It's Dokja and Soo-young have so many good interactions, and then Dokja and Jung-hyuk, of course, being like the kind of main bunch of interactions. But also I think that Dokja Huiwon is very good with his interactions with Huiwon. They just feel like genuine, real friends. I love that Huiwon feels like such a real, genuine friend to Dokja, and that's really entertaining. Dokja and Jihye, I think, might be underrated with their interactions, though. Dokja Jihye is very funny. Like, all of him just not caring about her. Brother does not care about Jihye in the slightest. Most of the time, and it's so funny. Like, he'll save her because he's a good person and all, but the way that he treats her is so funny so often. But the thing is, even though we've spent so much less time with them, I like our current batch of characters so much more. They're so much more colorful, and that's not just in design. All the designs in ORV are good, but in their personality, their characters, their interactions with each other, and their interactions with Dokja. Like, Skybreaking Master and Osu have good reactions. Skybreaking Master and Myung-go and Ha-young, they all have good interactions with each other, and that really deepens their characters and makes me enjoy them so much more. And that's the thing I'm kind of running into and getting at here, is that we had like 200 some chapters with the other like main core characters, and even through all that time, thinking back on it, even after appreciating them more after just having reread, they're kind of dull. Their interactions with Dokja usually aren't that deep or exciting or fun and interesting, outside of just they basically worship the guy and follow him around. Their interactions with Dokja just aren't that entertaining when it comes to the entertainment of ORV. in comparison to this group is so much more entertaining with Dokja. They've had so much less time, so they've gotten so much less development so far, and even then it's not even that much less development so far when you really think about it. Like a character, I think Hayoung's probably, you could argue Hayoung's more developed than Gil-young or maybe some of the others. Same with Myungo for sure. For sure, Myungo is more developed than Hayoung. Or not Hayoung, Gil-young. So for me, I think that it's not just the development or the amount of time spent with them, but these characters are so much more entertaining. And I think that means a lot when, you know, we're reading this. Art is a form of entertainment. So having these characters be more entertaining, I've mentioned it a lot for dozens of chapters now. I love this group. I love this group and love these teammates, and I'm so much more excited by this team and these teammates than I was about his original group. Like, for me, will it be exciting to see the original group come back whenever they do? Kind of, but I actually think I'm more scared for the original characters to come back than I am excited for it. Because I fear if Dokja's original team comes back, that means, okay, no more Skybreaking Master, maybe no more Myungo, maybe no more Hayoung. And honestly, if you're making me make tough decisions and make trades, I would rather have like any of the three I just listed than Sang-ah personally. And I don't hate Sang-ah, I like Sang-ah, but I would, if it's like Dokja gets to spend the rest of the story with Sang-ah or with any of these three, and I have to choose, I would rather read him being with either of these three than Sang-ah for the rest of the story. Same goes for Gil-young, maybe not Yu-sung, I think Yu-sung is good. Hyun-sung is just so hit and miss that I'm not sure. I really want to like Hyun-sung, but, you know, he just is a bit dull. I think really Yu-sung and Hui-won. And again, Ji-hye, as much as I'm entertained by her and think she's fun and all, she isn't as colorful or exciting as these new teammates. So I worry with his new team coming back that it's like, other than like Yu-sung or Hui-won, I would rather have this team. I would rather read this team traveling with Dokja than the old characters. And that's probably such an extremely hot take. That's probably a very hot take. People are probably way more into the characters that we spent more time with. But for me personally, I am personally way more invested in these characters than I'm invested in the others. So to me, them coming back to a certain degree will be exciting because I want to see what they do. I want to see more of them because I like all of them. I'm not saying this to hate on them, but I am more nervous about it than I am excited. I'm nervous because I'm like, okay, does the original cast coming back mean we go back to kind of the more bland, lifeless interactions with Dokja, and all of these characters who were having actual exciting and entertaining interactions with Dokja are going to disappear to be replaced with more just bland followers, where they are literally just followers for the most part, almost always. So that is something that I would say is maybe a criticism, a worry of mine, but just things that this chapter had me thinking and that my reread had me thinking. There was no plan to talk about any of that. I just kind of went stream of consciousness there for the past 10 minutes, things I was thinking about Omniscient Reader because I've been reading so much of it. But yeah, that's where we are for this week. I'll end things here. Like if you didn't like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction and all that. Subscribe for more ORV, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's appreciated. If you would like to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Members and patrons get your name at the end of videos, get to help me continue to make videos, and get One Piece bingo a bit early. So thank you to Chosen Regulars Evan Ollie and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls Didi Ben and Maru, Cherryton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements Pater Real and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.